Neither twin quite understood what these people wanted from them, but they weren't quick to find out. The encounter with the red-headed teen had been exhausting. Just the sight of a teenager in a household meant trouble, and despite the twins' preparations, it still felt like they'd been caught off guard. Teenagers were just as bad as adults, if not worse, due to their skewed mentalities and drive to cause destruction at every turn. Mabel had cried at the notion of becoming a teenager in just a single year, but Dipper reassured her with the idea that she could be one of the good teenagers. "So can you," Mabel had declared when he'd said it. "We'll both change the way things are." "Oh, but you'll do better," Dipper had replied, because he knew for himself being good was impossible. The teen had brought that conversation back, and it took a bit for the wild atmosphere and raised heartbeats to calm. Mabel hadn't been very impressed with Dipper's methods of settling the matter. Often she remained naturally trusting when it came to certain people. "She was nice to us," Mabel had started. "That doesn't mean she's an overall nice person," Dipper had replied, and Mabel had looked saddened by that. Now that they'd been reminded about the true malice hidden in pretty much every teen. "But not us, if we try hard, we're smart," both twins had decided. They decided to try for some rest. They'd examined the clothes left behind, but Mabel had folded them and carefully stored them in the corner, voicing her positive opinion on the gifts. Dipper had forbade her from wearing it just yet. As much as he yearned for a new jacket or something not itchy or smelly, he didn't want to let his guard down. The two tried getting some sleep, hugging one another and keeping each other within easy reach. The other man in the household, Zeus or something along that lines, had arrived to the door a whole hour later, knocking and joyfully informing them about dinner. Neither twin was hungry or daring enough to believe it. Night fell. Darkness shrouded the twins. It was Dipper's shift, and he stayed awake as Mabel's breathing became even and peaceful in her slumber. Once she'd comfortably fallen asleep, Dipper let himself relax. The sigil was drawn. There was no noise downstairs indicated an unwanted intruder heading for their room. And most important of all, they had each other. Dipper found himself drifting off moments later, exhausted from the day's events with the lingering effects of the anesthetics pushing him over the edge into a deep sleep.